Awakened Solise is an intelligence-based support class hero from the Wilder faction who specializes in consistently healing her teammates, and in today's video we're going to take a look at her skills and abilities, her teams and users, and whether or not it's worth investing in this hero, so let's get into it. Her ultimate ability is Cloud's Fall. For this one she's going to channel, healing all allies and dealing damage to all enemies every second for up to 12 seconds. Now if she does overheal an ally, it will increase the damage of her next attack. On top of that, she is immune to control effects while she is channeling. However, if she receives up to 9 instances of direct damage, the ability will end. Her next ability is Water's Call. For this one, she's going to summon a water spirit that can live for up to 30 seconds. The spirit has all of her attributes and 80% of her current health, and it sacrifices 20% of its health every 2 seconds to heal nearby allies for the same amount that was sacrificed, and she can have up to 2 spirits on the field at any time. Then we have Spirit Animation. Now this one she's going to animate one of the water spirits that she has on the field. This is going to give them damage reduction, increased healing, and also the ability to attack enemies nearby them. And this ability can also be used on allied heroes, providing them with the stat increases. And then we have Torrential Link. For this one, she's going to condense and hurl water energy, and it's going to bounce between allies and enemies, healing allies and dealing damage to enemies. And due to being an awakened hero, we have the awakening passive for Solise, which is Aqua Affinity. For every 25% health overhealed by Solise's skills on an allied hero, they will increase their attack rating by 8% up to a maximum of 40%. On top of that, for every 3 times she receives healing from allies, it will extend the duration of her next ultimate ability by 1 second, or extend the duration of the current ultimate ability by 1 second. Her signature item is going to provide the skill ups for her Water's Call ability. So when you unlock the signature item, her skills that heal allies other than water spirits will also heal the current weakest water spirit. At level 10 and level 20, when her water spirits heal, they will also deal damage to nearby enemies. And at level 30, if she was to take fatal damage, she can negate the effect and sacrifice her lowest health water spirit instead, and this can be used up to 2 times per battle. Her furniture item is going to provide the upgrades for her Spirit Animation ability. At level 3, she'll gain the skill up when at higher percentages of health, the animated unit will deal greater damage on its enemies up to 35%. Her 9 furniture will allow her animated water spirits to use the skills Spirit Animation and Torrential Link. On top of that, if they're above 50% health or while Solise is channeling her ultimate skill, they can also use the ability Water's Call. And finally, we have her engraving abilities, which are going to provide the skill ups to her Torrential Link ability. At level 30, whenever she overheals during Torrential Link, the subsequent bounces during the same hurl will deal more damage to their enemies. And at level 60, it will allow this ability to bounce up to 7 times. On top of that, if it bounces on an animated ally, it will then animate other allies that it bounces to. So Solise can bring a lot to a team. She has really strong team-wide healing, decent damage when she's channeling her ultimate ability, she has extra lives by sacrificing her water spirits, and she has some really strong buffs for her allies. Due to her broad versatility, she doesn't have any specific teams built around her, but she's the kind of unit that can slot into just about any team and be a welcome addition. So for this example, we're going to take a look at her supporting a Raku-based team. This team is going to consist of Solise, Brutus, Raku, Leonardo, and Leica. Now for this team, we have Solise in the front row. It depends on your enemies. Sometimes she won't want to be in the front row, but due to her extra lives, she can take a couple hits and live in that front row comfortably. So she's going to be in the front row there. Obviously, she is there to take a couple hits at the start of battle and then to roll that healing and extra damage on as the battle rolls out. Then we have Brutus. Brutus is here to basically just survive in the front row as long as possible. If he dies, it's not the biggest issue. We want to buy time for our team so that our Leonardo can control them and Raku can deal the damage. Then we have Raku. Raku is going to deal damage against any enemy that is under a control effect based on their max HP, which is a really strong effect and provides a lot of damage. Then we have Leonardo da Vinci, who is here to pair with that Raku. He has an ability where he can shoot his cannon to stun enemies, and then his ultimate ultimate ability is going to paint them into frames and render them immobile. This is going to allow Raku to deal that massive damage that he wants to deal. Then in the final slot, we have Leica. Leica is here to speed everything up at the start of battle, give us the haste, give us the extra energy so that we can get towards that control damage phase faster and also get our Solise's heals rolling. So the great thing about Solise in this team is even if the Brutus dies, we have Solise. Also, we have her water spirits that can take a bit of attention and soak up some damage. And then Solise can just keep the rest of the team alive while we finish off the enemies. As for artifacts on Awakened Solise, Jura's Call is a fantastic option. It allows her to get to her ultimate faster and start topping off her team along with dealing damage to the enemies. However, if there's another member of your team that is using Jura's Call and you don't want diminishing returns on it, you can always get away with something like the Oceanic Strings or Tide Bearer. So with all that out of the way, is it worth investing in Solise? Due to being an awakened hero, it's important to know that she will be harder to get to ascended than other heroes. But at 1 copy, when you pull her at legendary, she can still be quite useful. She still gets to use her awakening effect, which can be used as a powerful buff for her allies. Her healing will be diminished due to the fact that it scales on her attack, but she can still be very useful in certain situations at 1 copy. Now, if you want to go one step further and get 6 copies of her, that will allow you to bring her to Mythic, and this will unlock her Signature item. And if you do this, you definitely want to take her to 30 Signature item. This will unlock the ability for her to sacrifice her Ward of Spirits instead of taking fatal damage. Now, if you decide to go all the way and get her ascended, then 9 Furniture is going to be fantastic. Allowing her animated water spirits to use her other abilities will add to her healing and also allow you to animate more spirits or allies along the way. Then if you get her to 1 star or above, 60 Engraving is going to be incredibly nice. This is going to allow her bouncing of the Torrential Link to animate further allies and give them those additional buffs. So that is going to be it for Awakened Solise, an incredibly strong unit that also has some great usefulness at 1 copy or 6 copies along the way if you don't want to fully invest into it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day and we'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.